Hi, welcome to this video. If you are somebody interested in getting into the 3D printing world, then you might want to stick around. A few months ago, I was sent out to test this longer orange 4K mono, and I gotta say, throughout the testing, I've had a fantastic time compared to other printers. The overall style of this printer, I definitely love how the orange tint looks on this, the overall design. On this printer, you can check the temperature, the layers, how long it takes, how many hours it's been printing or minutes. And the fantastic part about this is the build plate. If you look at the build plate, it's built to go downwards. This helps a lot to save on resin. There's a lot of printers out there that don't have this feature, and I definitely love it because whenever it goes up and down, and once you are done printing, all that extra resin that stays on a normal build plate, on this one there's no problem because of the way it's designed to go downwards. All that extra resin staying on top just goes down without any problems, and it saves a lot of time instead of you wasting so much resin cleaning your build plate. Another feature about this printer, it has a dual rail, which means everything is going to print more stable without any movement, without any failures, so that's a plus. Perhaps to me, this is one of the best 4K printers out there for anybody looking to get into miniatures, medium-sized figures. It's very affordable, good for anybody out there. And what I love about this is the USB that comes with this printer already has built-in exposure settings for different types of resin. Water washable, your standard resin, any type of resins that you're looking for, it's likely going to be there on a built-in profile. And the awesome thing is, it also has different types of microns built into this profile. So you can print at 50 microns, 25, 1%, I believe. It's different, or maybe 5% if I believe, but it's incredible. It's very easy to use. So if you're somebody that wants to get into 3D printing and you don't want to struggle too much and you want something affordable to test the grounds and the waters with 3D printing, this is definitely the printer for you. It's around $100, $200, very good price for a 4K printer that is putting a better quality compared to other 4K printers of its caliber. I have a different 4K printer which I will be doing a comparison. To me, you just can't go wrong with this printer. You get it out of the box, you put in your resin, you choose your profile, and you print. As easy as that. You don't have to struggle finding the right exposure time, wasting so much resin with failures. This has a quality built into this. The printer feels very happy because it's made out of metal. It has a dual rail. The quality compared to other 4K printers, outstanding. One of the best 4K qualities I've seen out there. In fact, it's actually higher than 4K. I'm comparing this to other 4Ks, and the quality you guys can see on the screen right now, it's much higher. While it is 4K, it's still a higher resolution compared to your standard 4K printers out there. While this printer was sent out to me, I'm not obligated to give you guys the positives. I'm genuinely telling you that this is a very amazing printer. I've been printing for about 5 years, and comparing what I've done throughout my years, this is a very easy printer to pick up out of the box. I love the amounts of details that this printer outputs compared to others, and I've never seen this amounts of details except for my 12K printer. But besides that, it's still a very amazing printer, and I just cannot wait to do more prints with this insane amount of quality. And you'll see later on, I'm going to be comparing the same head sculpture of Ghidorah to the same quality of 4K to other printers, and no matter what it has, this 4K printer outmatches other companies in terms of quality. Video, I want to give you guys my thoughts using the orange longer 4K mono compared to other printers of its category. It's a very affordable printer for anybody that wants to get into miniatures. Now here's a different head that I printed on a different printer, and this is the longer 4K mono version, and right off the bat you can see that the difference is very noticeable. Notice how there's more details found on the orange longer 4K mono than on this version. Details are there, but they're not as sharp as what you see here. In fact, You can see more details on this head. You can even see the small scales and the huge difference. Look at the snout. It's very defined teeth, the lines. Right here, details are lost. It's not as sharp. The nose section is barely visible. I'm going to do a front angle. Again, look at the noticeable difference. The nose has much more details. Everything is just more defined. You can even see these small scales on the top of the lip. The nose section here, it's totally lost. There's no details, and you can see a lot of layer lines above the head, while here everything is totally full of details. Using the longer orange 4K mono, it has been phenomenal. I've never seen a 4K printer this cheap, very affordable, printing with such details compared to others of its category. Anybody wants to get into 3D printing, this is the printer for you. Again, just look at how much more noticeable. Everything looks sharper here, more details. I'm going to do a close-up. Notice how you can see all the small scales. While here, it's gone. There's none of that. Look at the nose. Gone here. Very defined, sharp. And we're going to do a different comparison with the same head, same sculpture. From printing at 50 microns, we went down to 25 microns on that printer. And yeah, things are much better compared to the previous one. If you notice, the nose is much better here on the bottom one compared to the 50 microns. Everything is a lot sharper here. Hopefully it's noticeable. But again, it's not perfect. Comparing both of them at the same exact printing settings, the longer one still outputs a sharper image on the figure on Ghidorah. Same thing is happening. It just seems like this one is way too smooth, losing details, while this one takes advantage of the 25 microns and improves on every aspect. Just look at the horns. They look much sharper here, while here it's an improvement. Still, they look soft. Same here, look, you can see all those small details, the small scales, while here it's totally lost. While there is an improvement on the nose area, it's not as good as the 25 micron on the orange longer 4K mono. To say this, I am blown away by the amount of quality this printer is outputting on figures and for miniatures, especially if you are somebody interested in miniatures, if you want the absolute best details, this is the printer for you. It's very affordable, it has a great design, very great build plate, everything, and it's totally worth it. I've never seen a 4K print at this level of detail. For everybody curious out there, what happens if you take that printer and use a better quality resin on it? Well, it does look much better, much sharper, but still the longer 4K is outputting much better details. Now look at this. I spotted more differences here. While the horns do have details, everything here seems to be very, very smooth. On the bottom one, it's full of details. Same thing, no matter what happens, no matter if we increase the details on this printer, even if we use a higher quality resin, yes, it does help a little bit, but still, it does not match what the longer 4K orange is doing right here. This is an excellent printer. I like the build quality. Now, if you thought those were impressive heads, if you like what you see right here, I was thinking to myself, what happens if I increase the size? And voila, this has to be freaking amazing. Just look at the amount of detail that you can find on a bigger head. Look at that. It looks very, very impressive. I've never seen such quality on such heads. Everything is so incredible. So remember those small scales that I told you? Look how much more beautiful, how much more defined you can see them on a bigger size figure. And don't get me wrong, the small one is still incredible, but the bigger one just makes this sculpture more justice. It really is. It feels great. There's a lot of details on the horns everywhere. Like, I definitely love this sculpture. I love how you can see the small scales on the lips, the teeth, the nose, the eyes are even there. Even the smallest details. You can see like the horns right here popping out, like small horns here. Incredible. I've never ever seen such details be output like this. Definitely recommended.